Bitcoin is absolutely crashing today, and I want to tell you guys that it's actually a perfect time to buy. As you guys know, you make money when the markets are down, meaning you buy low. So you should always be doing what everyone else is not doing. If everyone else is selling, you want to be buying. If everyone else is buying, there's an indicator that we're reaching a top, and then you should be selling. So let's look at Bitcoin. So of course, first of all, why do we crash? Well, there's two reasons. Firstly, there's a bit of FUD, there's some doubt about Binance again. And like I said in the last video, usually when we start going down, people start making theses and talking bad things about crypto and exchanges. And while we should take them seriously, we should take them for a grain of salt and know that, of course, people are not talking good about something when the price is down. They're frustrated. Secondly, there was the link to Bitcoin and to Epstein, and of course that, in my opinion, is absolutely wrong, that he's not the founder of Bitcoin, and that's why they're linking it, and that's pushing the price down. Thirdly, the general market is of course not doing that good right now. Major companies are going down. We know that gold and silver have gone down a lot. If we look at, for example, the S&P 500 here, this looks like a top that we're forming. Look, we have this rising wedge, which is a very bearish pattern, meaning that we're most likely falling down. Last time, in 1 year ago, January 2025, we had the same pattern. We consolidated to the top side and we fell down. Actually, here also, look, we always consolidate to the top and we fall down. We consolidate to the top, we fall down. It's every time the exact same thing. And right now too, it looks like we're gonna have a crash and then make a higher high, as we always do. Now let's go back to Bitcoin. I think we have exactly very good support here at around $60,000. Why do I think that? Well, let's go back in time. It's actually crucial support. So if you go to the last cycle, we know the last cycle we topped out around $69,000, and actually inflation adjusted, that is approximately $88,000 or $80,000. So we're already below that price by quite a bit. And here we can see we have had support around 60,000, and then we also had support here in August or summer of 2024. We had support. We were trading around this price range. So this is crucial support, which I think we're gonna be bouncing from. Now, another thing to note is, of course, Bitcoin is down 50% from the top. If we go from the top to the bottom, 50% crash, and that is a very high crash. I mean, if you believe in Bitcoin long term, which I hope you are all doing because you're watching my videos, I don't see why you should not be buying. Why would you be buying here at 80,000? Why did you buy at 100,000? Why did you buy at 110,000? And why are you not buying now at 65,000, 70,000? Personally, I bought today. I bought quite a bit of Bitcoin today because long term, I believe it's gonna go much higher. So it doesn't matter. If I get a good discount, of course I'm gonna buy it. And I'm gonna buy more if we go lower. So another thing to note is the relative strength index. Why do I think we're gonna go up from here? Well, two reasons. Firstly, the relative strength index, which just tells us how overbought or oversold we are. And if I go on the daily chart here and I zoom out, so whenever this purple line is on the bottom, it means Bitcoin is oversold. A lot of people are selling it, which is usually a good thing, right? If it's oversold, we know that eventually the price is gonna go up, as people are gonna then start buying again. So for example, you can see right here, we're extremely oversold. I mean, we're more oversold than we have been over the last few years. And if we compare the different times we've been oversold, you can see a pattern. Well, let's start right here. You can see this, let me mark them. You can see this point is oversold, same price is here, it marked the bottom. Let's go to the next one. We can just go through all of them. This one is oversold, this is right here, and then you see we went up. This one oversold, and then we went up after that. Again here oversold, we went up, and here oversold, we went up. I mean, I can draw you all the patterns. Oversold, and then we went down, we went up again. Same thing right now. We're oversold. We are at support at around 60,000 is support, and we don't have much to go. Definitely don't wait until we get there. If you believe in it long term, please do so and buy Bitcoin. And most likely gonna go back up. Keep in mind, we have a CME gap, and we know these gaps are formed over the weekend and they're filled 90% of the time. At $84,000, I believe, is a CME gap. And then we have another one at $93,000. So actually, let me just open it quickly so I can show you guys where the CME gap is, and we can see that very clearly. The CME gap is right here. We can see the gap is right here at 84,000, exactly 84,000. This is the gap, and then another one here at 93,000. And we know that 95% of the time these gaps get filled, and this is quite a big gap actually. It's approximately $5,000 gap, and I definitely think it's gonna get filled. Keep in mind we're in a bear market, so while we do go higher, I do still think we can go lower. But like I said, we have crucial support at around $60,000. Now the next thing I want to talk about is quickly some things like on Twitter that I've seen. Firstly, Ethereum is not doing good. All the altcoins are not doing good because they of course follow Bitcoin. Ethereum drips below $2,000 for the first time since May 2025, and now it's down 32% year on date. I mean, that was 4 hours ago. If I quickly look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, from the top to the bottom, it's down 60% from the high it made in August 2025. Another thing to note, MicroStrategy, of course, their idea is that their strategy is to invest in Bitcoin. And they've made tremendous money from it, but now they're actually down. They're down 80% from its peak in November 2024. And now they're down $6.5 million. But of course, he told us, Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, told us that he's not gonna sell Bitcoin because he believes in it long term. And they're gonna keep buying, and that's the right thing to do, in my opinion. And you can see a lot of tech stocks are actually down. MicroStrategy, of course, is down 80% because most of their value comes from the price of Bitcoin. Coinbase is down, Netflix is down, Microsoft is down. And this just points towards a wider market correction. Here we have the S&P 500 again. Let's go through some other news that are important to note. So Bitcoin falls below 66,000 for the first time since October 2025, and it's down $11,000 only this week alone. I mean, it's falling really rapidly. Also, Bitcoin has actually erased all of the gains that it has made since President Trump was elected on November 5th, 2024. It's now down 6% since his election. And another thing that's important to note is, well, actually Bitcoin went down below $64,000, $63,000, and it has officially exceeded $300 billion on today alone in market cap, that it has gone down. There's been $2 billion worth of leverage positions which have been liquidated in the last 24 hours. These are, of course, people that have long positions. They believe that Bitcoin will go higher, and as it goes lower, eventually it will hit their liquidation price and they will get stopped out and lose all their money. And usually we know that Bitcoin follows liquidity, and because market makers, they try to grab that liquidity and take it away. So also Amazon is down, and that's pretty much it for. So also crypto markets have now raised a total of $1 trillion in market cap since January 14, which is just a few days ago. So that's it. It doesn't look good, and we know that we have crucial support at 60,000. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum is down 60% from its peak. Now, we have had the price peak around about 4,700, and Ethereum actually does not look that bad. Look, it has gone down, but we have gone down from this level here, which we've broken down from, but we have support at this level, which is around about $1,800 per Ethereum, which could be a good buy. Keep that number in mind. Look at this. We have support here. It doesn't look as good. Let's look at Solana on the other hand. Solana has a long way to go down. I mean, there's not much support until around about $30 per Solana. And I know that's a long way to go, but we know that these smaller altcoins usually take harder hits. And therefore, keep your fingers off Solana. XRP we know has gone up tremendously. I mean, look at how much it's been trading for like forever at around about 50 cents. And then it has just jumped tremendously. It has jumped like 500% in a matter of 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And now it's going down. We see there's a lot of room left for it to go down. And usually, well, a pattern that I can see is a double top pattern. Look, we have double top and then we go down. Same thing right now, double top, and then eventually, I think because we're in a bear market, we're gonna go down, maybe for the next couple of months or a year, again, trade sideways until the next bull market comes. And that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. So if you take one thing away, that it's a good time to buy Bitcoin right now. If we go back to Bitcoin's chart, I will just show you guys how good of a time it is to buy Bitcoin. It's not just that I bought Bitcoin. It's just that if you believe in Bitcoin long term, then you really should be buying right now. And I don't see a reason why you should not be buying if you believe in it long term, which I hope you do. And you can see 60,000 support. I mean, we're even below the all-time high of last cycle. And you see how much it went down. It went down like 16, 17% today. It's crazy. 11% this week, 11% the week before, 7% the week before. We're definitely on a very good price right now. And I think, if you ask me honestly, where do I think we're gonna bottom out this cycle? Well, I think we're probably gonna bottom out around about 50,000 to 60,000, in my opinion. So let's keep that number in mind, 50,000. And all I have to say is buy Bitcoin. See you guys. Bye.